Shawn had to take responsibility for what he did as an individual. Shawn is the one who pulled that gun out. Shawn is the one who shot. So he has to take responsibility for that.
I want to start with just the statement from Jay-Z, which is so forceful in its denial. I just read a teeny part of it. It's long, where he says that they should file a criminal complaint. Is that even possible?
A shocking twist has rocked the hip-hop world as Jay-Z, born Shawn Carter, reportedly distances himself from longtime associate Sean Diddy Combs. This isn't just a tale of fading friendship, but a high-stakes legal battle. Rumors suggest Jay-Z's team is deflecting blame onto Diddy to shield him from looming allegations. In a jaw-dropping revelation, whispers claim Beyoncé is behind this bold strategy, urging her husband to prioritize their empire's protection over loyalty. If true, this could mark one of hip-hop's most ruthless betrayals. As the drama unfolds, fans are left questioning, is this a calculated move for survival or the ultimate act of disloyalty? The fallout could redefine relationships in the industry.
This morning, rap mogul Jay-Z is denying allegations he assaulted a 13-year-old girl alongside rapper Sean Diddy Combs. That civil lawsuit filed against Combs in October was amended Sunday to include Jay-Z. The accuser, identified only as Jane Doe, says she was assaulted by both men.
In a dramatic turn, legal filings from Jay-Z's powerhouse attorney Alex Spiro reveal a fierce battle to clear the rapper's name. Jay-Z, who adamantly denies involvement in the alleged 2000 incident, has adopted an aggressive legal strategy. His team is not only targeting the plaintiff's lawyer, Tony Busby, but also pinning Sean Diddy Combs as the central figure of the controversy. Court documents suggest Jay-Z is distancing himself entirely from Diddy, framing him as the primary culprit. Sources close to the case indicate this is a calculated move, with Jay-Z.
In a blistering statement, Jay-Z accuses Jane Doe's attorney of trying to blackmail him. He said further, quote, "These allegations are so heinous in nature that I implore you to file a criminal complaint, not a civil one. Whomever would commit such a crime against a minor should be locked away. Would you not agree?"
Jay-Z's legal strategy appears to capitalize on Sean Diddy Combs' mounting troubles, already facing multiple legal battles, including serious federal charges that could lead to decades behind bars. Diddy is seen as a sinking ship by Jay-Z's team. Any association with him is viewed as a liability. Legal analysts suggest Jay-Z's defense hinges on portraying himself as an innocent bystander dragged into the mess solely due to his past connections with Diddy. By isolating Combs as the central figure, Jay-Z's team seems to argue that since Diddy's downfall appears inevitable, he should also take responsibility for these allegations. Adding fuel to the fire are rumors that Jay-Z may have secretly provided authorities with information about Diddy's alleged misconduct. While there is no official confirmation, insiders in the legal world are buzzing about the possibility that Jay-Z is cooperating with investigators to save himself. If true, this would mark a stunning betrayal for two men who shared a...
Interesting, because, obviously this civil suit was coming for a while.
Yep.
And there was some talk between Busby and Jay-Z's lawyers. I think both Busby and Jay-Z's lawyers are really alphas.
The plot thickens as Beyoncé reportedly plays a key role in Jay-Z's decision-making. Known for her meticulous control over her image, the pop icon is said to be urging her husband to prioritize their family's security. Sources suggest Beyoncé believes any association with Diddy, no matter how minor, is too risky. An insider claims she has made it clear to Jay-Z that protecting their legacy and status as one of the world's most powerful couples is paramount. If true, this highlights the high stakes for the Carters as they navigate.
Currently is balancing the public's need for information and the defense's need for information so they can prepare for trial versus the effect that this will have on the alleged victim and her psyche. And obviously the world knows that as soon as her name is revealed, everyone is going to come down on her, from the media to her, to his attorneys, to the social media. You're going to get it from all sides.
Jay-Z's legal team has taken an aggressive stance, accusing attorney Tony Busby of recklessness and opportunism. Court filings describe Busby as a headline chaser who allegedly failed to properly investigate claims before filing a lawsuit. They highlight glaring inconsistencies in the plaintiff's story and have wasted no time presenting evidence to challenge her credibility. Jay-Z's team is reportedly seeking court sanctions against Busby, accusing him of abusing the legal process for personal gain. This calculated and relentless approach is a signature Jay-Z move aimed at controlling the narrative. Meanwhile, tensions between Jay-Z and Diddy are boiling over. Sources claim Diddy feels blindsided and betrayed by someone he once considered a close friend. The two music moguls, once seen as brothers, collaborated on music, attended events, and even shared philanthropic efforts. Now, with legal troubles mounting on both sides, Diddy reportedly feels abandoned adding a dramatic twist to their strained relationship.
Jay-Z got his by his sister-in-law on camera. What's her name? Solange. You gotta imagine. The feds ain't stepping in and do nothing. The feds don't care about you getting for.
The tension between the two camps is undeniable, with sharp exchanges dominating the media. Tony Busby has hit back at Jay-Z's legal team, accusing them of using bullying tactics and acting out of desperation. In a recent statement, Busby dismissed their filings as frivolous and aimed at intimidation. They think they can scare us into backing down, but they're wrong, he declared, affirming his support for his client and her claims. He also hinted at further revelations, adding more intrigue.
You know, a lot of times lawsuits are like playing poker. Like even when you feign, that you have strength, it could be that you have some weakness in your case. So Busby's never going to say that he doesn't have the evidence. I mean, Busby's always going to say he's got the evidence. He's always going to say, oh, we're going to look at multiple other people. We're going to do all this because he wants to put that fear into that individual.
Central to Jay-Z's defense is his firm denial of any connection to the alleged incident. His legal team has meticulously dissected the plaintiff's timeline, highlighting inconsistencies in her account, including inaccuracies about the party location and the individuals present. They presented photographic evidence placing Jay-Z elsewhere on the night in question, with some elements of her story being labeled as outright impossible. This strategy aims to cast doubt on her claims, portraying Jay-Z as either a victim of mistaken identity or a target of a calculated smear campaign.
Obviously getting a whole new wave of attention and more focused attention on this victim. So I think it's going to be tied to the media cycle, if I had to guess, and how these rulings continue. And they have this celebrity name that is sort of waiting to take over the headlines when they choose to release it. So I think it will be added, but it's going to be a strategic time.
Some observers believe Jay-Z's aggressive strategy might backfire. By publicly targeting Diddy, he risks alienating fans who admire both men and view their bond as a cornerstone of hip-hop history. The court of public opinion can be unforgiving, and critics are already accusing Jay-Z of betraying Diddy to protect himself. Social media is ablaze with debates over whether his tactics are justified or purely self-serving. For a man who built his brand on loyalty and integrity, the optics of this move are undeniably complex. Jay-Z isn't just fighting for his freedom, he's battling to protect his reputation, his family, and his legacy. Every action is under intense scrutiny, and every statement is dissected for hidden meaning. Reports suggest Beyoncé is guiding him behind the scenes, helping the Carters present a united front in the face of this adversity. Yet, questions linger about whether this strategy will succeed or deepen the rift between Jay-Z and two figures he once stood alongside at the pinnacle of the music industry. As the legal drama unfolds, one thing is clear: the stakes could be higher and the outcome could redefine a line.
Respect to the evidentiary value, yes, it happened 24 years ago, right? More than 24 years ago. But in the allegations, there's a few things. Number one, there's allegation that another celebrity was present at the time, right, in addition to other people. Number two, there's the claim by the victim, right, that she left, that she went and she was seen by a gas attendant who saw her in distress.
What makes this saga even more captivating is the deep history between Jay-Z and Diddy, their friendship, shared triumphs, and now their bitter fallout. It's a story that's become legendary. But how did it come to this? How did two of hip-hop's most iconic figures end up in a legal battle that could potentially destroy them both? To understand the present, we must look back at the past, at the defining moments that shaped their relationship and laid the groundwork for this explosive conflict. Though Jay-Z may be distancing himself from Diddy now, their stories are forever linked. As this drama unfolds, one can't help.
So, civil complaint, simply allegations, need to be proven in a court of law, but if true, it could rise to the level of criminality, and, we'll see what happens after the DA looks and investigates.
The unraveling of Jay-Z and Diddy's relationship is nothing short of a modern-day epic, a tale of ambition, betrayal, and the harsh glare of fame. Once a symbol of unity and strength within hip-hop's elite, their friendship has now become a battleground, with loyalty replaced by legal battles and public accusations. To truly understand the depth of this fallout, we must revisit the origins of their bond, their meteoric rise, and the cracks that ultimately fractured their once impenetrable alliance. Jay-Z and Diddy's story began in the golden era of the 1990s, when hip-hop transitioned from underground rebellion to mainstream dominance. Both men stood at the forefront of this cultural revolution, building their empires with unmatched talent and business acumen. Jay-Z, a Brooklyn native, was the scrappy underdog with razor-sharp lyricism and an entrepreneurial drive that set him apart. Meanwhile, Diddy, hailing from Harlem, had already established himself as a larger-than-life figure, mastering reinvention and turning everything.
No, I'm not surprised by the ruling because, as she cited in her order, there are very serious allegations about the danger that he potentially poses to other witnesses and the public at large. There are allegations that he has, been violent with others. He's also attempted to allegedly intimidate other witnesses and still contact witnesses while incarcerated.
Jay-Z and Diddy's paths first crossed in the early days of Jay-Z's career, when Diddy was already a household name thanks to his work with the notorious Big and Bad Boy records. Jay-Z, still establishing himself, found a crucial ally in Diddy, who recognized his potential and opened doors for him in the industry. Their collaboration on Jay-Z's sophomore album, In My Lifetime Vol. 1 solidified their professional bond, with Diddy adding his signature flair to the project. At the time,
not buying it all, Kana, and safety can mean a couple of different things. Safety just doesn't mean free from harm of violence. Safety can also too means emotional and mental dynamics that could occur by Shawn Combs reaching out to potential witness to get them to possibly change their testimony.
As their careers soared, so did their egos. By the early 2000s, Jay-Z and Diddy had evolved from collaborators to competitors, each vying for dominance in an expanding industry. Jay-Z's Rockefeller Records and Diddy's Bad Boy Entertainment became rival powerhouses. While their competition was mostly friendly, whispers of underlying tension began to surface. Both men were fiercely protective of their brands and unwilling to give up any ground. Despite the occasional friction, they maintained a public front of mutual respect and camaraderie. By the 2010s, the cracks in their relationship began to show. At this point, Jay-Z had transformed into a billionaire mogul with ventures spanning music, fashion, sports, and spirits. Diddy, though still a formidable force, struggled to keep up with Jay-Z's relentless rise. The dynamic between them shifted, with Jay-Z increasingly seen as the king of the hill, while Diddy appeared relegated to the role of an aging icon, clinging to past glories.
If you say the wrong thing, or you complain, or I don't know, there's an element where you just, I guess manipulated in a way to make you feel like, oh, you have to please everyone around you. You can't say anything wrong. You don't want to say a bad thing, or when they're constantly asking, would you like to do, and you're like, well, I don't do, and they're like, well, why don't you do?
The turning point came in 2024 when Diddy's legal troubles spilled over into Jay-Z's orbit. For years, rumors about the darker side of Diddy's empire had circulated, but no one could foresee the avalanche of allegations that would follow. As Diddy faced lawsuits and criminal charges, his name became toxic, a liability for anyone associated with him. Jay-Z acted swiftly to distance himself from his former ally, a move that left many stunned. Looking back, the signs were clear. Jay-Z's image as a family man and philanthropist clashed with Diddy's reputation for excess and controversy. While Jay-Z built ties with world leaders and corporations, Diddy's brand seemed trapped in the past. For Jay-Z, aligning with Diddy was no longer just inconvenient. It was dangerous to his growing empire and carefully.
I don't know the consequences of what that could have been. So I didn't really talk about it. I should have gone to the police. I should have said something other than to my agent. I'm just thankful that there was somebody there. There was somebody at that party who helped me, because I could have ended up in a really bad situation.
The fallout wasn't just about optics. Sources close to the situation suggest Jay-Z had long questioned Diddy's loyalty, with the two clashing over business deals and creative differences. Their once strong friendship had dissolved into a fragile truce. When the lawsuits hit, Jay-Z saw an opportunity to sever ties completely, framing himself as a victim of circumstance rather than an accomplice to Diddy's alleged misdeeds.
He was using, allegedly, these events to invite them back to these private mansion parties and hotel parties and God knows what else. But he was utilizing the branded events to be able to, get the girls to come over to his private spaces, allegedly.
The narrative crafted by Jay-Z's legal team is both brilliant and ruthless. By shifting the focus onto Diddy, they've successfully portrayed Jay-Z as an innocent bystander caught in the crossfire. Court filings highlight the lack of evidence linking Jay-Z to the allegations, positioning him as a scapegoat targeted due to his wealth and fame. This strategy has won over some skeptics, but has also faced criticism for its cold pragmatism. After all, this isn't just a legal battle, it's a public spectacle, and the optics of throwing a longtime friend under the bus are difficult to ignore. Diddy, for his part, isn't taking the perceived betrayal lightly. Insiders say he feels abandoned and deeply hurt by Jay-Z, whom he once considered a brother. The fallout has reportedly left Diddy reeling, not just from the legal implications, but from the personal toll it has taken. For someone who has always prided himself on loyalty, Jay-Z's actions are a bitter pill to swallow. While Diddy has kept a relatively low profile in the media, those close to
I'm not surprised with the decision. I'm surprised that Judge Subramanian entertained it. He held a 2-hour hearing, which we were covering live, and he issued a 5-page written order. Most other judges, including the 2 previous judges, to consider this issue, summarily denied the bail motion. I think a lot of it stems from Judge Subramanian being a newer judge. This is a Biden appointee. He has a civil background.
The ripple effects of this feud are reverberating throughout the industry, with mutual friends and collaborators forced to pick sides. The once united front of hip-hop's elite is crumbling under the weight of the controversy. Beyonce, who has always been a stabilizing force in Jay-Z's life, is reportedly urging him to stay focused on their family and future, rather than the fallout. However, even she can't shield him from the whispers and side-eyes that accompany such a high-profile betrayal. What makes this saga so compelling is the complexity of the relationship between Jay-Z and Diddy. They aren't just 2 men caught in a legal battle. They represent symbols of an era, a culture that once prized loyalty and brotherhood above all else. Their friendship was once a beacon of what was possible when 2 black men supported and uplifted each other in a world that often sought to tear them down. Now it serves as a cautionary tale about the corrosive power of ambition and the fragility of even the strongest bonds.
Well, Combs is separated from the general population, right? He's with, or was with, Sam Bankman-Fried at least. And the irony there is that someone who was granted bail tried to tamper with witnesses, so the judge revoked his bail. So that just goes to show how these federal judges feel about witness tampering before trial.
As the legal drama unfolds, one question dominates. How will this end? Will Jay-Z emerge unscathed with his reputation and empire intact? Or will the fallout from his actions leave a permanent stain on his legacy? And what about Diddy? Can he weather the storm and reclaim his place among hip-hop legends? Or is this the final chapter of his career? One thing is certain. This isn't just a fight for justice. It's a battle for their legacies, families, and places in history. The outcome will shape the future narrative of hip-hop for years.
And that's not the first time we've seen this tactic, and the last time it actually worked. We reported on this too.
The story of Jay-Z and Diddy is far from over. In fact, it feels like it's only just beginning. As the court cases unfold and new revelations emerge, the world will be watching, dissecting every move and statement. This isn't just about 2 men. It's about the culture they helped shape, the empire they built, and the cracks that threatened to bring it all down. So what do you think? Is Jay-Z justified in his actions, or has he crossed a line that can never be uncrossed? And what does this mean for the future of hip-hop? Let us know your thoughts in the comments, and as always, stay tuned for more updates on this ongoing drama.